My dear learner, today we will discuss about how anybody can improve their spoken English at home like me, and how I improved my spoken English. That was a very simple strategy. What I used to do at only 1 and 2, yeah, even 3 hours every single day, I improved really well. Let me reveal my strategy, my ideas, what I used to do. Actually, when I considered to learn spoken English, that time I was not having an environment. So what to do? What I did that time, like I knew a lady. It was very tough for me and for everyone to learn speaking because personally what I consider, you can learn, you can learn grammar, you can remember anything, but when time comes out to speak anything, that time your mind goes blank. And this is the reality and this is the fact of all the learners' life. So what I used to do at my beginnings, like I have one applications. I think you may be aware about multiple applications, multiple software like S Fluency, Hello applications, CVI. So many applications are there, right? So I used to use that application in order to connect with a different kinds of learners. Okay, to just practicing purpose only. I used to that application I used to do, but I was not having good results. What I was expected for myself, because what I personally consider, if you talk audio conversation, so you do not get that much result what you expect from yourself. So I got earlier I got to realize, no, this audio conversation would never help me what I wanted in my life. So I got to realize, like I have to enter into the video conversation, and this is a very imperative for me. So I have to do. But that time I couldn't have that much dare of connecting with any personalities. Okay, and talking in a single sentence. Single sentence in the right way. So, like what I used to do, like I I always try to record myself. Especially in this time, I know you all have the smartphones, so you can also use the same techniques what I used to do at my beginnings. I used to record myself like that. Okay, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, every single day. I used to record myself. Okay, and after posing that conversation, I mean that videos, I used to listen. I used to listen, like where I used to make mistakes, and after rectifying my mistakes, I used to improve that mistakes. Okay, the same activities I used to do again. I used to record myself and rectifying my mistakes, and I used to improve that mistake. So this was my repetition, you can say. Okay, every single day. And what I used to do, like another part of things I used to mention now, I used to read a very simple books. Yeah, especially in this time, I'm getting so many learners like prefer to buy novels or different kinds of books where you are going to have very hard and like very hard vocabulary that is very difficult to remember for a while, right? But what I used to prefer myself to reading a very simple book, 5 class, fourth class, 3 class, standard book, because I used to know about me, like about my potential. Like if I would prefer myself to take out very high for standard classes book, it was very difficult to remember vocabulary. That is more difficult for everyone. So simple books help me a lot to accumulate multiple vocabulary. And whenever I used to create any statement, so that time I always try to recall all this vocabulary what I learned through reading. Okay, so that was my strategy. Like yeah, like every day at night I used to read 20 minutes for 50 minutes. I used to accumulate vocabulary, and in a daytime I used to record myself and try to recall all vocabulary and try to use into my conversations. Okay, so these are things I used to do a lot. And after that, what I used to do, like I had a created an environment for me over my phone. Okay, like what I used to do, I used to promise myself, like whatever I watch, this would be only the English content for me. That, I was just taking challenge for me, like whatever I would be watch, all these things, it must be include English content. So I used to watch English movies, English content, I mean English web series, English speech, many more things, English cartoons, English podcast. Okay, these are things I used to do every single day. And like sometimes I was feeling boring, I was getting dull. I always consider internally myself, like what I used to do every single day and what benefit I would receive after ending this process. These kinds of considerations, it is a going on in my mind every time, every situations. But even though by motivating myself, I used to I used to listen some motivation video as well, like how to be consistent, how to motivate myself, how to be determined towards my goals, towards my aims. These are things I used to do really. And after increasement, after crossing 6 months, 6 months, okay, I got to know about the one application. I think you might be aware already about Skype and Zoom and other applications where you are going to arrange video conversation meeting with the strangers, right? So yeah, it's obvious things. I started using that application. At the first time, I was connecting with one personalities, and it was a really great conversation with them. But at the time, that was my first time, so I was quite nervous. Okay, but I got to realize, yeah, this is my first experience of speaking with the people in a video chat. So it's obvious things. I would have nervousness and hesitation. It's a normal nature of the human, right? So I just take a lot, I just sort out my problems because I knew I have to suffer. I don't have multiple options, so I have to suffer because I was quite passionate and I was quite dedicated person, you can say. So having determinations towards my goal never let me down at any time, at any situations. I kept moving on at the same directions, and this way I improved myself a lot, especially whenever I connect to the learners. So I got multiple questions like, sir, how did you improve yourself? How did you get that like that fluency? So be honestly, I'm telling you honestly, like what I used to do at my beginnings, that's the things I reveal out into these conversations. Okay, yeah, it's obvious things. You only while practicing, while learning any language or anything, you must have little bit error in your conversation, in your speaking. But it doesn't mean like you're a useless person. No, we are learning this language. This is the second language, so we have to we have to do whether we want or not. It doesn't matter, and you have to learn, like you have to learn how to ignore people first, because people have the bad habit of criticizing others. So you have to know, you have to establishing, yeah, inculcating as a habit of ignoring people. Always try to articulate what you learn. Always try to frame the sentence, what you experience, what you feel. Whenever you connect with the people, you always try to convey your message, what you feel, what you learn for entire life. Okay, never ever copy other. Okay, because if you are going to copy other, that is mean you are losing your own recognitions, your own capacity, your own potentials. So try to immerse yourself into this. So guys, this is my opinion, and this way you can improve your English within a very less period of time. You have to apply like me. So if you think this content is really useful for you, so please support us and keep learning. Never give up. Thank you.